In August 2020, a storm like no other rocked our city to its core. Virtually everyone in Cedar Rapids was affected by it. In the short term, essentials like gasoline and ice were virtually non existent, inaccessible for miles. In the long term, our area is still saturated with tree debris and broken signage. As someone who has personally experienced both stages of effect, this problem has long weighed heavy on my mind. It's a burden to us all. To provide a solution, I propose the following 3 steps: gathering volunteers to physically plant new trees, increasing the city requirement of tree allowances in building specifications, and restoring places where the damage occurred. To begin, let's take a closer look at the problem. The wider Cedar Rapids area is experiencing trauma due to impacts from the derecho. The people in the area are dealing with the negative mental affect created by the storm. Since the outbreak of the storm, crisis centers have experienced a surge in calls. And the link between natural disasters and post-traumatic stress disorder has been proved by several studies, so this is not out of the realm of possibility or reason at all. In order to fix this problem, we must ease the jagged wreckage that still remains around our area. Both myself and my family have experienced the stress of what I described. The sight of broken trees does weigh you down, but the canopy of our state still exists elsewhere, which provides a clear plan of how to move forward. By utilizing a tri-pronged approach of volunteer work to physically plant new trees, increasing tree quotas present in block planning, and restoring the areas where the damage occurred, we can ease this mental burden upon our greater Cedar Rapids area. Overall, the solution is to plant new trees and finish clearing the wreckage left over. This has already been established by the city, which started the project Relief Cedar Rapids, a subsidiary of Trees Forever, which is located in Marion. They will begin action after the planning phase ends in October 2021. In many ways, the solution has already been put into place. Others in our community recognize the need to restore the trees. Physically planting new trees will allow for the restoration of the tree canopy, which made our city so special to live in. Increasing tree quotas will allow for a greater stretch of canopy to be implemented for the long term. So it's a way to kind of do that without having like extremely specific directions. Like, we need a tree here, we need a tree here, we need a tree here. You know, you could say for this area, we're going to have 3 trees, for example. So by doing that, it's a bit of an easier way to achieve that goal without having to go ahead and put the planning into where exactly it is going to be specifically. It's a way to implement the canopy in the future. It will also break up the monotony of paved concrete. Finally, restoring the broken areas will not only ease the stress upon viewing the remnants of destruction, but will heal the wounds laid upon the earth by the land hurricane. Seeing the restoration of the canopy will improve the mental health of all citizens in the greater Cedar Rapids area by removing the damage and replacing it with new life. Viewing nature does decrease stress, so by doing that, the greater area will have a better time. Physically planting new trees is what will bring a new canopy to life in the long term. Requiring more trees to be planted in the city limits is a part of that. Clearing out the tree wreckage and broken signage will help the background subliminal stress that is created upon viewing it. This goal is not only achievable, but reasonable. In conclusion, physically planting new trees, building specs, and by including it in the building specs and around our area as needed, will restore our damaged canopy. I know I'm not alone in feeling distraught from viewing it, so keep this issue in mind, bear it in your heart, and it will flower as the newly replanted trees will to restore our great city. Thank you.